Hey guys, this is for those of you who already understand backlinks, just a really quick preview of what we're going to start covering here over the next couple of weeks. So if you go to my channel on YouTube, it's kind of fun. You can do a search for industry leaders. And if you do that, about a year ago, we created a video called 5 Ways Industry Leaders Use Variations to Win. This was an expose. It shows how the biggest players in the game have lots and lots of websites, and by mixing and matching contents on them and using backlinks across the entire spectrum, they can force themselves to the top for the keywords they want in their industries. Well, we wanted something like that. We knew we had the tools and a lot of the automation in place to be able to form that, but it took us another year to physically build it. Let's fast forward to now. We have 950 domains spread across 12 servers, thanks to the group that's backing this project to make this all possible. And on there, we have produced an average of one root project and 21 subdomain projects or specialized projects. So 22 projects per website right now. Each one of those has a base 6 pages and an extra 100 pages in the sitemap. Nothing spammy. Okay, it means that each website has content broken into different sections and on the root. That together accounts for about 2,300 pages. Nothing spammy. So what does that look like at a glance? Because we're going to start covering this soon. Well, the base domains we're coming back through now. We were using the base domains for testing, but then when we started doing serious projects, we did them into individual projects, individual subdomains on those websites. So we're coming back and covering our tracks. We're going to turn the roots into the projects that we want based on what everyone's doing now, the commitment people are making now. They'll get roots. And aside from that, all those subdomains still count. Anybody who's doing the research, subdomains are extensions of the main domains and need to be connected, but they're strong and they operate well for driving backlinks. Absolutely counts. So with a quick glance, let me just show you through 4 tabs real fast. I'm just going to walk through here. Okay, and these are different websites. Okay, whoops. There we go, reset. Right, just make sure I kind of get what I got going on. They're at different stages of development. Like I said, the roots. So we're coming back through and finalizing these. Where is that? There. Yep, first image. Tomorrow will be decided soon. But absolutely, just on and on and on. Each one of these websites, you scroll down on it, okay, and it's got content of some sort or another, and it leads into material, and it's got a sitemap down here, okay? And the Google Maps not loading because we had to update keys. You can only use one Google Map API key for 50 websites, and so we produced so many that our keys became invalid. We had to go back in a separate motion, create new keys, and filter them back through the websites. But that's okay. We're doing that. All this is getting done. Now, these are the roots. If I just kind of like try to continue going through and give you a glance of what that means, right? Terrific amount of work, unique images all the way around, everything happening here for different industries. These can all lead to exactly wherever we want them to go. Totally awesome. We have total control over all this. And so everything here is based on whatever we want it to be based on. Like I said, we're coming back through the main domain soon, but let me just show you what that looks like in this perspective. It's sitemaps, and each sitemap has cities, you know, Detroit, Minneapolis, Jackson, Kansas City. And it's got the exact terms we're after: sales team incentives, how to increase my sales, sales bonus plan, best vacation gifts, whatever it is we want for the keywords times the location. So Google can start working with that. We can start to rank for local terms, you know, local companies wanting incentives for their business, and then move forward into the bigger takeover. So if you go from site to site to site, it's just sitemaps, right? It's just on and on with sitemaps. And this is huge. Okay, it's for all the different industries we're after, on all the different websites we're after. And this is for those roots. Well, that's interesting. It's large, and you get kind of a sense of that. Here's how this really is starting to look pretty amazing. Let me start off here. I just want to make this point. Let me come back to the root, okay, and show you what I got on this page, because this is crazy. Okay, this is the first one you saw, right? Well, one of the links here in the sidebar is called Our Service Offers. If you click that, see, this is the root, so that link is valid. It's not an orphan link. This is a page that's connected to the root of the project. If I go here, we've got Our Service Offers. And I might look down through this list and I could count, there's like 20 odd here. Okay. Well, if I hover over these, I suddenly realize these are clickable links to different projects. Now, they're not spammy. These are actually verbiage for every different project. Roof link repair near me. Roofers in my area. Vacation trip. Vacation package companies. Retirement calculator, simple retirement calculator, buy gym equipment, insurance adjuster, and so on. Small dog care, different projects, each on their own subdomain. So if I click something in here, okay, it's going to go to that particular project. Guess what? Whole new images, whole new keywords that we're after, whole new links, whole new individual pages within this project that stay right here in this project. We're going to update all these side images now. That's going to be the next pass for these websites. But other than that, we're going to make sure to get those links in there and drive up the backlinks for the websites we want. And if I come look at that sitemap, look at this. It's 100 pages for that exact sitemap. And again, that sitemap is on what? One project of many projects on this website. Let's say I go to something else. I don't even know what yet. Consumer Relief Center. Okay, look at that. All of this imagery for this project is here. Okay, and these are the backlinks pointing to whatever companies we want. And as we scroll down, we've got links to the internal pages, and they're based on the keywords, based on the topics, okay, and so on. And this has its own sitemap with its own 100 pages covering its own combination of metro areas times keywords. Now, again, that's huge. Think about it. So whenever you looked at the scope of one website, stop and realize, no, we're talking about basically 22 websites in one, okay? These are all different projects like microsites, but they have 106 pages each. And we have 22 of them all together on the website on average, okay? Now, let's think about that across 955 websites. How many projects can we mix and match across? Let's see, house painters, roof leak repair roofers. Let's go to the next one, okay? Aside from the sitemaps, this is the next website. And we've got local interior house painters, local roof repair. Oh, different focal point keywords, right? So it's not the same, is it? No, it's not just the same thing copied and copied and copied. It's totally different combinations. There's teeth implants near me, okay? Nothing here about that at all. There's walk-in dental clinic. Oh, good. Well, walk-in dental clinic on this website, whatever it's showing and creating for the project is different than teeth implants near me on this website, where we have something totally different happening here, you see. Different, okay? So all of this is different. It's happening in chunks, like I said, because we have 955 websites. We're doing all of these projects across. Take a look at this. Just stop and think for a minute. These are individual backlinking projects that each have an average 106 pages, and each of those pages has an average of 2 backlinks. So there's 212 backlinks that get counted from here, another 212, another 212, 212, and that goes on to the next website, and on and on and on and on. And look at this. We're doing this. All of this is coming live in these huge stages, but we're getting faster and faster about getting all of this finished. We'll go back through all these sidebars. Like I say, all these images are the same right now. They won't be really soon. The verbiage is the same right now. It won't be very soon. The fonts are the same right now. Won't be very soon. It's just a really huge ship to steer in the water. But this is like a fleet of ships to steer in the water without bumping into each other. It's absolutely a massive project, but it's huge. It is probably the largest publicly available backlinking network out there, at least in English. So for all websites out there in the US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, this works. Britain, the UK, we can create backlinks for anyone, anywhere. And the rest are just coming on board as we get to them. But even out here, chiropractic, manipulative therapy, if I go, there is a project there for chiropractors with totally unique imagery, okay? Linking through to chiropractors here, linking to other pages on the same project here, linking to the pages on the project, probably chiropractor videos that have some good rating. We'll update these images that click through. But even when I click through on the images, right, these images that we're going to link through, they drive backlinks to different prospects and clients that we want. Okay, so now that you understand really the scope of it, let's stop and do the math. This is our first main phase. If we have 955 websites times 22 projects, that's 21,010 individual T2HA installations. Okay, so we can control them in stacks exactly however it is we want. And if each of those has an average 106 pages as kickoff, that is 2.2 million web pages, all in English, doing backlinks. At an average of 2 backlinks per page, you're talking about virtually 4.5 million backlinks kicking up rank for businesses as this gets going. Here's the coolest part. We're just starting to submit the sitemaps in stacks. We've been doing them in small stacks and making sure our guys understand the next steps and then picking it up. So Google's going to start to see what's going on really soon. And what's that mean? That means for those of you on Nightwatch, there's 180 projects we're kicking up here in the website portfolio club, which all of you guys are involved with. It's broken down by industry so that you can understand. We're going to have the whole matrix available soon and get trial leads, where you can choose the metro areas in your tier and you can choose the industries in your tier, and all the websites in those metro areas in that industry are working on their behalf to drive leads to you, to drive paying clients to you. And how do we get those guys paying? By driving up these graphs right here, graphs like these. We just pinned 11 of them to the board for just quick surveys, but that way we can watch things happen. Okay, as we drive traffic up, then we're going to reach out to them and make our points. Just so you know, the average keyword position for this project was around 94. Obviously a newer website, right? We've been driving it up and it's climbed to like halfway to the front page by now. It's up around 52. Okay, as we get Google to see all of those subdomains kick into play, right now they only see like 4% of everything. So we're only operating on 4%. So 4% got this guy from here to here. The remaining 96%, when it kicks in, will drive this guy up on the front page on average for his keywords. That's the whole point. 4% got this client from around 100, average position of 100, up to an average position of about 45. 4% of the work did that. The next 96%, 6% is going to drive them up. Same with this client, got him from 84 to 58 with 4% of the work that we've been doing so far. All of these have graphs like that, and they also have site audit graphs. So we can take a look at whatever the company is doing right, whatever the company is doing wrong, and contact them. We can show them the graphs that we're driving for them, and we can let them know what's wrong with their website, what we can do for them, and see which they would rather do, pay per lead or pay by the month. Reality check is, will make it easy for them to pay by the month because it's a very simple thing to work off of for all of us involved right now, considering the way things are out there today. It's safer by the month, it's cheaper for our needs, but that way the guy can commit to letting us grow his entire stack in his area and drive out his competition. Okay, pay per lead, it's tougher for us to be able to swing on that during these times. But when this kicks in and the guy's at the top, he's going to rather be on the monthly anyway. By the way, how much do you think the guy will pay for his monthly? About 4 to 5 times as much as you'd be paying for your monthly for locking in those positions. So you get to lock in the metro area and the industry you want and get trial leads, and then you can swap to other positions anytime you feel like it. How do you make decisions like that? Well, just go ahead and search through the companies. Like if I were to click on one of these companies in a given area, I can study their information. I can study the backlinks that they have, the keywords that we're using for them right now, the site audit on their web pages. I can go through these things real quick, see what I think, see if I think it's a worthwhile candidate. Then when I'm done, I can go to the next one down. So I can make decisions. Am I thinking painting? Am I thinking Los Angeles? Hey, it's a pretty good idea for when the painters are out there doing their jobs. If states are starting to open up, that's going to come on board pretty soon. They're going to be back in business like anybody else. Then we have roofers in different metro areas. You can go study those guys. We have travel incentives, hairstylists, everybody. There's retirement savings, there's used gym equipment, there's public adjuster, dog day care, dentists, there's mesothelioma, diet plans, gun, um, chiropractor, dermatologist, optometrist, physical therapist, podiatrist, veterinarians, towing service, credit repair. All of this is coming online in real time, and you can become part of it just by making sure you get in so you get access to the whole system and you can study and claim whatever you want like it was a stock market. You can actually grab your positions and no one else can take your positions unless you let them go. We're also going to track how much, I guess volume would probably be the phrase, gets put into each position. For guys who get positions on different tiers and start paying in monthly, they're pushing it up. They're driving it to the point where it's going to break over onto better keyword results. So if somebody lets it go to grab a different position because he likes a different graph, and you see his old stuff come back in the market again, how loaded is it? I'll give you an example of what I mean. How many of you guys have ever gone to a casino, for fun? You're not going to spend too much, but you're having a good time. And you see the slot machines. Some people sit there and they'll play some quarters and make a decision if they want to keep paying in, if they think the slot machine's going to start paying out. They may walk off. Then somebody else might come in and pay a few more coins. They might walk off. And who knows when that thing's going to pop? No one knows. That's why they all play. You just never know when it's going to happen. Except what's one good indication? Well, you know how they have the lights for red, yellow, and green up above the slot machines, right? And so red means so far not many combinations have been played yet for the coins since the last payout. Yellow, a lot more coins have been paid into the machine. It's gone through a lot more combinations. Theoretically, at least mathematically, it should be closer to hitting. And then green, oh, who knows? Those guys who are putting quarters in, it's really just up to their willingness, their pain threshold for risk, risk tolerance. But once those markers get up into the green for a while, those things are getting pretty close to popping, right? They might pop any time now. So what do you want to do? You want to sit down at that slot machine that's been green for a while, right? You want to keep your eye on all of them and then grab the green one by saying, that's my seat. You just happen it. There's no one else sitting there. Happen it. Now it's yours. No one can kick you out of it. And when you start putting your coins into it, no one can stop you. It's going to be yours. Now, how do we play out these positions? Tiers are marked by the size of the metro areas. So we have groups of metro areas that are around 1 million people. Or the next higher tier is 2 million people. The next higher tier is 4. Next higher tier is 8, then 10. Okay, 10 million people. So those are the markers for the tiers. Okay, so when you're making payments into the system by the month, okay, and this is how you do it. You go to website-installer.com. Here's how you get access so you can read and grab, so you can start like tripling the pay you make. As these things pop into the green, we start locking these deals with these guys. They start paying. The goal for you, for all your positions, is to get you at least triple back what you were paying. Okay, that's the goal. Work everyone up into a retail position of triple what they're paying. I've had guys ask us, why would we even bother bringing you guys in if we're already going in that direction? The answer is, if you see the size of this, we've always wanted to take care of everyone anyway. I'm a firm believer in helping the middle class boot themselves to the top, helping restore wealth to the middle class. I like getting people in and involved, and I like growing things big. We can do 100% of the projects that we can afford with our time and effort, servers, websites, anytime we want. But bringing in more people creates a much more comprehensive whole. It doesn't bother us to bring you guys in above and beyond everything we can afford to do for ourselves. You're helping us grow a system that everybody gets to benefit from, and it doesn't hurt us. It would be kind of like saying, stock market, hey, any one company, why would you bother paying gains out to people who pay for stock in your company when you could just do it all yourself? The answer is, there's a net benefit to the company of taking in the stock payments so that they can predict and forecast what they can grow into, so that they can make big things happen and then split the gains with the people who help them get there. That's exactly what we're doing. Okay, so we will do all we can for ourselves anyway, but we are more than happy to do as much as we can for you as well, because you guys are much of what's making this new version of a stock market exist. And I like it. Stocks are scary. They go up, they go down. You don't know why. You can lose your shirt in a day. Here, you just lose an income stream if somehow a company closes its doors, but not really, because what do you think we're doing? We're opening multiple companies in each metro area, in each industry, so that we can always add in more. If one company drops, we just change the destination URLs for the backlinks over to the next company that says yes. And so the backlinks drop off for the first company while they grow for the next company. You don't have to lose a beat. We just have to find the new buyer and keep moving forward. That's it. Okay. But we're getting teams of people going all at once who are doing all of this. And I frankly think we are operating at 4% capacity. By the time SEO guys get a really good whiff of how they can get involved and they can offer their services in exchange for being part of this for their needs, and people who want to open it to their markets. Guys are asking about, what if I take this to a franchisee? Guys are asking, what if I take this to another dispatch center? And the answer is yes, you can do that. Guys are asking, what if I just take this through India, through an industry of my choice? Go ahead. Somebody else would say, hey, you guys did a lot with a makeup artist. What if we just take that graph there and show it to a bunch of other makeup artists around the world? Can we get a bunch of them on? Yeah, go for it. We'll do all we can. You guys can add in. We can't do it all ourselves. We don't have enough manpower. We aren't big enough yet. We're operating on probably 4% of the capacity of what we're turning into. And you guys are making that happen now. So definitely feel good about being part of the Ascension. It's huge. Okay. How do you do it? Go to website-installer.com, hit professional services, pick, go through the information to understand what's happening here. Just understand what's happening here. Okay. This is how it works. Literally, it's that big. It's pretty simple. And then coming down here, subscription plans. Okay. And you can go from whatever you can afford. That determines the size of the metro area. And inside the system, you can swap from industry to industry to industry. We are trying to make every metro area you guys are claiming, especially from the stacks that we are working on, work for you and get paid. Okay? You're paying us wholesale. We want to be a wholesaler so that we can make you retail at your level, right? That's similar to what GM does with dealerships around the nation. They don't try to run the whole boat themselves. They invite people to open up their own dealerships here and there, and then they back it. They walk them through the motions. Those guys handle the local details and so on. Well, in our case, it's a little different. We're handling all the details in the middle. You guys are welcome to come in with your own projects for your own websites. You are welcome to bring in projects for a friend. You are welcome to just set something up for yourself at a wholesale level, turn around and start offering it at your own retail prices. If you think that this package is worth $795 a month or $749 a month to some company that would say, heck yeah, put your email address in here and put their website in here. And let's start building on their behalf. And you're paying this. And then pretty soon, when that graph gets moving high enough, when things get obvious, when they're showing backlinks from our work and the graph's just turning up and rising, you're going to reach out to them and say, hey, you want to be on? Or am I going to actually have to redirect all these backlinks to your competitor across the street when I show him that you said no and this is available? Because somebody's going to want it. Okay, so no matter how you do this, it's good to go. And so if you don't know where you're going with this, just get on, and the bigger you can pay, the higher the tier level. This is to get 1 million people in your area paying attention for that industry. This is 2 million people in the area. Theoretically, it can pay twice as much. So if this is paying 3 times back, you're at $375 a month. But if this is paying 3 times back, you're at $750 a month. What's the difference? Here, you're making $250 a month. Here, you're making double that. You're making $500 a month. Those are the goals, right? We're working up to them as best we can. Here's 500, 750, 1,000, 1,250. Yes, this covers metro area combinations of 10 million people or more per month. Okay? Just need your email and whatever you want to promote. If you don't know what it is, you just want to be part of this, just put choose for me and hit subscribe, right? Choose for me means get me into the system, get me set up in such a way that I can pick and choose from here. I can claim things like I said at the casino. You leap up in the seat, that slot machine's yours, right? And we're gonna back it because about the time that you're claiming particular projects, it's because you looked over stats and said this thing feels to me like it's gonna pop soon. So okay, if you're going to put the effort into it, then we're going to start every time you make a payment. What do? We create more referral websites at the level you're paying for your metro area times that industry that you are locking in. Okay, those are what drive the lights on your slot machine from red to yellow to green. Okay, same with everybody. They're all doing this. Okay, and as people claim things, release things, claim other things, which they have the right to do, and so do you. That way you're not really locked into anything. There's no such thing as being locked into a loser. You can always wait for a winner. You just check every day and look, and the next winner that pops, hop in that chair. Say, now I want to divert, I want to move here. Totally fine. So as you release things behind you, people know what's available and how much has been spent into driving those forward. And the next guy who grabs it, yeah, we're going to keep driving it forward. It's going to pop eventually. And whatever you grab next, then that's where the payments are going. So in effect, it's group effort all the way around. Okay. Can you pause payments or cancel payments? Yes. It just means you lose access to this until you get back in. Okay. So if you want to hold your positions totally in there, you want to keep going. Okay. So that's just what you want to do. But if you have to pause or cancel, you absolutely have the right, and then you can come back in, okay? And just browse through what's available. So really, it's just a question of who can grab what when, and you can imagine that as people are going through these, they're going to want to take whatever they can find as fast as possible, and then other people are going to follow. But people are going to track what's been paid into. They're going to release and grab, and it's going to feel a lot like the stock market. Sometimes you'll release something and it'll be somebody else's winner, but sometimes someone else will release something that you'll see better. You'll see through it and you'll realize that thing's going to pop soon. You'll snatch it, and then it turns into a winner for you. This is just going to go like that, and it's going to keep growing. That's the beauty. We're not going to stop adding on whatever, more metro areas, getting more companies in there. You know what our practice has been? Finding companies on page 3 for useful keywords so that their average positions are low, okay? And then working them upwards so that we can show them the increasing graph, show them what we can do so they want to get on the monthlies as we push them to the front page. How's that sound for a tactic? It's pretty cool because all these guys are going to pop at different times as we work on them all. And as Google discovers the pages that we ping, the sitemap releases for all those subdomains with all those pages with all those backlinks, 4.5 million backlinks, most of which Google doesn't even know exists yet, but they're going to start to see real soon. That's the beauty of where we're going, is you're in at the right time if you're in now. Okay, there you go. There's your overview over what we're going to be talking about more and more over the next week. And yeah, get in, get going to the degree you can. I know it's tough times, right? I don't blame anyone for having to take time to start. I don't blame anyone for having to pause a campaign in the middle. Maybe your tires blew and you have to get new tires and you just don't have a choice. But whatever you can do, do it. Get in, get going. You're helping us build a stock market for website returns that you can earn from. And we have a goal that we can make happen for you, because that was what I wanted you to see. With all of this incredible diversity that we have here, it's insane. I mean, all of this is in different stages as we go, but it's happening in real time. All of that looks like tree cutter stuff, right? You know what this is going to be in a couple of days? All the different industries we choose, because we've already been doing that with 22 times as many industries across all those subdomains. All right? Yes, this is happening. So yes, get involved. And thank you, especially to all of you who've been supporting us, especially through these tough times. You're really making this happen against the grain, and it's gonna pay you back. All right, take care.